Hello, great learners. Welcome to our class. We are proceeding to the next item. But before that, I want us to recall how to use quadratic identities to work out the following. Example 1, 45 squared. So which quadratic identities are you able to recall? There were three. The first one was a plus b squared. The other one was a minus b squared. And the third one was a plus b into a minus b. So out of these three, which one would you prefer using to work out 45 squared? Recall that very quickly so that we are able to work out this very quickly by use of quadratic identities. I want to believe that you are able to express 45 as 40 plus 5. So this one can be expressed as 40 plus 5 into bracket squared, which is in the same manner as the first quadratic identity, a plus b raised to power 2. Now, if we use that to work out this, we know that a plus b raised to power 2, this one when we expand, it gives you a squared plus 2ab, a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. Now, our identity is 40 plus 5 squared, for which our a is 40 and our b is 5. So I want us to use this a squared plus 2ab plus b squared to work out this. So a is going to be 40, so where there is a, substitute with 40 squared plus 2 by a is 40 by b is 5, then plus b squared, so that is going to be 5 squared. Let us work out. 40 squared is 1600 plus 40 by 5 is 200. 200 by 2 is 400 plus 5 squared is 25. So if you add this, it gives you 1600 plus 425, and this one goes to 25. And I want to believe that if you work out 45 squared, you get 25 as the final answer. The next is 104 squared. Again, this one can be expressed as 100 plus 4 squared. 100 plus 4 is 104. So now this one is in the similar to the identity a plus b squared, which normally gives us a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So therefore, in this, where there is a, replace with 100. So we shall have 100 squared plus 2 by a, which is 100, by b, which is 4, and then plus b, which is 4 squared. 100 squared is 10,000. Then plus 4 by 100 is 400, by 2 is 800, and then 4 squared is 16. So that is going to be 10,000 plus 816. So the final answer should be 10,816. And I want to believe that if you work out 104 squared should give you 10,816. The next, 58 times 42. This one, 58, can be given by same as 50 plus 8. Yes, so that is 50 plus 8 to give us 58, multiplied by 48 can be given as 50 minus 8 to give us 42. So it is 50 plus 8 into 50 minus 8, and this one is in the format of a plus b into a minus b. And we know that this one, when you expand this, you end up with a squared minus b squared, which we normally call the difference of two squares. So in this case, we are having 50 plus 8 squared, 50 plus 8 into 50 minus 8 This one should give us a squared minus b squared. In this case, our a is 50, our b is 8. So therefore, substitute this into a squared minus b squared. What will we get? We'll get 50 squared minus 8 squared. And 50 squared is 2500. 8 squared is 64. So we're talking about 2500 minus 64. I want you to press 50 squared minus 8 squared on your calculator. That is same as 2500 minus 64. Where did you get? This one should give you 2436 as the final answer. So we have recalled how to use quadratic identities to work out. Now, let's see the last one. A rectangular measures 24 centimeters by 16 centimeters. Determine the area of the plot in square meters. Now, I want you to apply that concept of using quadratic identities to work out this. We are moving to the next item, which we are calling factorization of quadratic expression. For example, we learned this. How do you expand? If you have x plus 3 into x plus 2, we expand this, we get that the value of this should be x by x is x squared plus 2x plus 3x plus 6, and then we simplify, we shall have x squared plus 5x plus 6. This one is expansion. Then how do we come from x squared plus 5x plus 6 back to the brackets that we have? Now that is what we are calling factorization. To come from x squared plus 5x plus 6 back to the original bracket that we were given, x plus 3 into x plus 2, that is what we are calling factorization, and that is what we want to do. We want to learn how to factorize when the coefficient of x squared is 1, and we're going to look at very simple ones. These ones are simple, very simple, because one of the steps have already been done for you. What remains is putting them in bracket. We are told factorize the following. Number 1, x squared plus 2x plus 5 plus 10. So to factorize this, we are having x squared plus 2x plus 5x plus 10. To factorize this, don't simplify 2x plus 5x, don't add them. What you need to do is to group them into pairs and then look at the common term between each bracket and factor it out. In x squared plus 2x, the common term between x squared and 2x, what is common there is x. So we are going to factor out x. So x into, so how do you know what is to be written inside after removing one of the terms which is common outside? You are having x squared divided with what you have put outside the bracket. So x squared just means x times x. Now divide this by x, x and x will go. You remain with one of the x. So therefore, what is to be written here is x. So that when you open bracket, x by x to give you the x squared. And then you are having 2x divided by x. You remain with what? 2. So we shall now have x plus 2. So we have determined what is to be written on the first bracket. Then what about this other bracket? 5x plus 10. What is common? What is common between 5x plus 10 is positive 5 into, so we're having 5x divided by 5. X is common. X is what will remain, plus. And then we're having 10 divided by 5. It gives you 2. So plus 2. So now pick numbers outside the bracket, x and positive 5. Pick them with the sign before them. Don't leave the sign behind. So therefore, this one will now give us x plus 5. Those are the numbers coming from outside the brackets. So now, because this bracket and this other one are the same, just pick one of them, x plus 2. So this is what we will end up with after that factorization, x plus 5 into x plus 2. Example 2, x squared plus 7x minus 2x minus 14. I said the first step is x squared plus 7x minus 2x minus 14. The first step is to group them into pairs and then ask yourself what is common in the first bracket. X squared plus 7x, x is common, so what will remain inside? X plus 7 will remain. Then the next, what is common in the next bracket? The next bracket, what is common is negative 2. So negative 2 is common into, we're talking about negative 2x divided by negative 2. Negative and negative goes, so that you remain with what? X. And then negative 14 divided by negative 2. Negative and negative, so it now becomes what? Positive 7. So here become now positive 7. So now pick the numbers outside the bracket. We shall have x minus 2. As I said, pick the numbers outside the bracket with the sign before them. So x minus 2, then x plus 7 becomes the correct factorization of this expression. I want you to try this. X squared plus 4x plus 7x plus 28. Try that. Again, finally, try out this. K squared minus 8k minus 3k plus 24. Thank you for trying. Now let us go through your work together. The first step, what did I say as the first step? The first step is to group them into pairs. K squared minus 8k minus 3k plus 24. So this, first of all, group them in this manner. So we shall have k is common in the first bracket, so k outside, k into k minus 8. What about negative 3k plus 24? What is common? Negative 3 is common, so negative 3 into, so negative 3k divided by negative 3, what is common? What do we remain with? Negative and negative becomes positive, 3 and 3, we remain with k. And what about 24 positive divided by negative 3? Negative, positive divided by negative, that gives us negative, and then 24 divided by 3 is 8, so we shall have negative 8. Now, we pick the numbers outside the bracket with the sign before them. We shall have k minus 3 into k minus 8. And this becomes the final answer. I hope you understood the concept. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Goodbye.